Or this is what you're missing out on.
Oh, they're texting each other. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Sitting next to each other texting.
Yeah. Ridiculous. But one of the parents was with them.
Rolf.
And you kind of want to say something to the parent.
Did you?
No.
You should. This is also...
I'm becoming more...
I do talk about this in another podcast, but
actually,
New Zealand audiences really start standing up.
Yeah. No, I do have a terrible
rude.
Oh, he's got one.
When it's Harry Potter.
What?
Deathly Hallows Part 2.
You didn't like Harry Potter?
No. Sorry, experience.
Oh,
the film
right.
was fantastic.
Right.
But during the most pivotal emotional scene, someone answered their phone and started talking on their phone.
Oh, they stayed talking.
Yeah, they started talking on their phone.
To the end of the film.
No, probably for about 2 minutes. You know, even with my brother shushing them, other people groaning, and I actually told them to hang up the phone, but they keep talking.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Dickheads.
That's right. You'll be a dickhead if you do it.
I'm going to try for a third time.
Yeah, sorry.
Probably not movies.
Chris had to have his.
I saw Captain America and X-Men this year, I think, at comic
Thor?
movies. Oh, and Thor.
See, now Marvel had a pretty good year. They had Thor, Captain America, and X-Men, which all did pretty reasonable business.
DC did alright. They had Green Lantern and that failed Wonder Woman TV series.
Yeah. Wonder Woman TV series, they didn't get past the pilot.
Smallville.
Green Lantern, which was supposed to was seen as their big sort of Iron Man-like film, their big hope to launch a B character, basically, someone who's not Superman or Batman, utterly failed.
I wondered from the get-go whether or not this film would appeal to people. I mean, I've never.
How could Green Lantern not appeal to people? It's a guy who's given the power to. It's a guy who's given the power to make whatever he wants with, that he can imagine. Yeah. And there's giant crazy aliens and a whole core of police cops.
And he's only second tier to regular audience members. I mean, they've got an inbuilt audience of comic book nerds because he's actually a DCA character, really.
Oh yeah, he's a DCA, but he's not Superman or Batman.
He's a second tier character in the wider sense of the public because they don't know it. But so is Iron Man. Iron Man is an A character in the Marvel Universe, but Iron Man is really a second tier character. But he did hugely well. Yeah, for sure. No one really knows who Iron Man is until that movie came out.
No, I mean, a general audience would know who Spider-Man and maybe the X-Men were. No idea who Iron Man would have been.
Iron Man is now the top tier character. In fact, in the Avengers movie, I think he's I imagine Captain America takes over. I'm pretty sure Iron Man is the leader of the Avengers at the start.
I think that's what because that's who audiences know.
Yeah.
There's Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, exactly. So, I agree. Green Lantern had all the trappings, and the marketing campaign was good. And the worlds they'd created and screenshots you'd seen, I was like, oh look, this is like a big cosmic adventure, something I don't think I've ever seen in a superhero film, but...
It really wasn't.
Okay. It was like that one planet, and it was like only a little bit.
And it was just a really shoddy script.
It was really weird, eh?
Hey, here's this great...
I had a download...
power, and go off and do the training for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's I don't want it.
I don't want it. I still don't want it. I really don't want it.
No. Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, okay.
That was it. That was...
Thank you. It's a succinct summary.
I don't want it. Bad things are happening. Oh, I better save the world. End.
You'd think it was a fantastic concept to make a movie out of. Whereas Marvel had Thor, which is, a crazy god superhero character.
The only true religion in the Marvel Universe. Yeah, the Norse.
They had to introduce into an existing universe, an existing cinematic universe with Iron Man, who's a science-based character, and it worked.
It worked. They made it science fiction-y.
Yeah, it wasn't an
magic-y,
amazingly great, phenomenal type of film, but it worked, and audiences were on board.
Plus, it's like Thor being directed by Kenneth Branagh,
which was awesome.
What the hell?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm living in a weird parallel universe.
The weird sort of Dutch angles that were sort of...
I loved them.
Pretty constant. I kind of loved them. They were kind of cheesy, and I think it worked. I
loved it because it was Kenneth Branagh doing them too. I was like, Kenneth Branagh's Dutch angling everything.
Yeah, it was like a superhero Flash Gordon sort of big budget thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd said to us 10 years ago that Kenneth Branagh would be directing Marvel Universe films and that Robert Downey Jr. would be starring in them, and then there'd be a Captain America movie that wasn't a man in a rubber suit that was actually good, you would have just been like, what are you, crazy?
And that's the other thing.
DC's the company that has the good films.
was another hard sell internationally because America is not the most popular country at the moment across the world, but Captain America film was wicked awesome. I think it did pretty well at international box office.
I don't know.
Oh my God, you're turning into my mother.
I actually thought that movie. I love Captain America. I always have. I don't know why. Like, I look at myself like a Captain America. I think that's weird. Why do you love Captain America so much? But he's a great character. You know, the fish out of water, the old ideals, the good old boy sort of.
Which is Captain America now. It's not Captain America that the film was going for. I'm glad that they went for that period setting.
Yeah, exactly. The period setting was great. But I really, I really thought that film would not work. To be honest, I was watching all the makings of, and I thought Chris Evans was a great actor, but I wanted my Captain America slightly older with a more square chin, but he sold it. I was completely sold.
Yeah, you kind of wanted Captain America to be someone with more authority.
Yeah,
Chris Evans kind of
playboy, fun.
Yeah, his other big comic book film is the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and he's always sort of I love that movie Phone Booth, and I thought that's not the right sort of actor. Not Phone Booth, sorry, Cellular. And I thought he was great in that, and I thought, that's the sort of character he plays, sort of young guy, sort of happy-go-lucky, and gets put into a situation. Not Captain America, authority, like straight up good guy. And I really thought that film was going to fail. I thought, how everyone I talked to is like Captain America is like, what a dumb idea. It's a dude wearing an American flag.
It's basically a guy on steroids wearing an American flag.
People don't even know he's on steroids. People are just like, what's with that dude in the weird outfit? And he's called Captain America. We hate America. I hate America, America's not the best. Not like you said, not seen in the best light in the world.
But I mean, Captain America was a good, rock'em sock'em, bit of fun, man.
I went into it going, oh god, I hope this doesn't suck.
It's kind of a comic book movie from the past year that I really want to go back and watch again. Can't wait to.
Yeah, I went. Actually, I don't do this anymore. I used to do it all the time. Watch movies 3 or 4 times. I went and saw Captain America a second time.
Yeah,
I don't do that anymore. It was good. That's how much I liked it. I love that film.
Sorry, excuse me, my hay fever. But also on the Marvel slate, but not within their Marvel movie sort of.
What do you say?
Is X-Men First Class because that's owned by Fox.
It's not in the same universe.
And then that was also another hard sell because that's a reboot, prequel thing to a series that really just shat the bed the last 2 films that were out.
I don't hate X-Men 3 mainly because I saw it with a friend of mine that was not a complete comic book nerd like you guys are, and he enjoyed it, and so subsequently I enjoyed it. I got it out on DVD again, and because of that first experience, I don't think it's shit.
X-Men 3 is not
terrible.
Wolverine's terrible.
Wolverine's hilariously terrible.
On the other hand, when watching that in the cinema, I thought, how did this happen?
Exactly. That's the type of movie you're like, how did this happen? X-Men 3 was just kind of bad. Especially after the goodwill that
there was so much groundwork laid by by Matthew Vaughn, that I think it helped push it along into being okay. Like, it wasn't shit.
I would have liked to have seen, again, it's
a lot of people
weird interconnections because Matthew Vaughn was attached to direct X-Men 3, and then he was also attached to direct Thor. At one point. Yeah, and so he's finally sort of got his Marvel movie out.
I finally got it
under extreme pressure.
See that movie I made, Kick-Ass? People really like that. Yeah, and he makes something.
And he. Bam! Straight into X-Men First Class. I mean, there was no marketing materials for this thing until a few months before it was released, and they were all terrible.
Really bad.
Usually they're pimping it out at Comic-Con the year before.
Because there's like the weird head and the crotch posters were weird, but the other ones, like the ones with that Dutch angle and they're like reflected in the
sort of like
mirror.
The X-Men 2
and they looked alright
at a Dutch angle.
And the X-Men 2 poster looked good, but for some reason in the First Class I don't think it worked.
No, it didn't. But then the film was pretty phenomenal. Especially, like, I mean, some of the effects weren't finished, and Fassbender's accent kind of slipped back into his Irish at the end a bit, but...
Did it? I watched it on DVD because you guys got it for me. Thank you very much for my birthday present. I like to note that Blu-rays now have all the extra features. That DVD you got me? Nothing.
Yeah.
What's with that? Stupid DVDs.
I know. But DVDs have just gone vanilla.
I know, it's gone vanilla. But watching it again, I loved it in the movies, and watching it again, I think it's possibly because he got truncated. It's still a good film, but I think it needs more. Like, I was like, it's because he didn't get enough time to finish it. Like, it just seems like there's not enough in it. So, it's long enough.
It feels kind of rushed at the end.
At the very end, yeah, that's right.
It feels rushed to get to the whole setting up.
We didn't need
Xavier
to do that, really.
and Magneto as opposite ends.
If it was for just the comic book nerds, I think you didn't need to do that. But because I think they had the mainstream audience in mind,
because they don't know if they're going to be making another one.
Yeah,
because they still don't know.
Yeah,
if they're making a second class or something. But I hope they do, and I hope they do it with Matthew Vaughn and Jane Goldman scripting, because they really pulled a rabbit out of the hat with that one.
I made enough money, but these days they need to make phenomenal amounts of money to make sequels. What did you think of X-Men First Class?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. Like, yeah, probably my favourite comic book movie of the year.
Yeah, so Marvel...
The 3 I saw.
Was it just 3? Were there others?
Yeah, were the
That was it.
I don't believe there... not off the top of my head.
So 3 before that's not too bad.
Yeah. It's kind of almost... it's
weird.
It's one of the things that some snooty writers online sort of get upset about. Oh, the field is filled with sequels and reboots and comic book movies and blah, blah, blah. Whereas...
Lots of other films.
Exactly. If there's a comic book movie, if it's made well, shut the hell up. Comic book movies can be good, right? Great.
I think this is going to be the name of the podcast. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up. We're talking movies.
Thank you. That's the name of the podcast.
I don't know. I don't read enough. I guess all the movie sites I read are nerd sites. But yeah, I guess there's probably people that get annoyed by that. But movies are movies. I mean, like you say, if a well-made movie is well-made
comic book movies pretty much become their own genre.
Yeah.
I mean, there are even films made that aren't based on a comic book that have that kind of comic book feel to them. Or there's...
That's right.
I mean, there's been Super, which still hasn't come out here, and I don't know if it ever will. Like films that have superheroes but aren't based on any existing property.
That one with
They've been deconstructed,
Woody Harrelson
reconstructed.
in it. Defender. That was good. Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen
like
that
that
yet.
film.
But yeah, I mean, the comic book movie has been deconstructed, reconstructed, rebuilt, kind of rebooted. Green Hornet, that was another.
Oh, that's right.
But it was a radio serial. I don't know. It's not great.
Yeah, the Green Hornet.
And then, now 2012 is probably going to be the biggest film for the biggest year for comic book movies.
Avengers.
You got the Avengers. You got the Dark Knight Rises. And you got the reboot, Huji Jobby of Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, the reboot of Spider-Man. Dark Knight Rises trailer? Not a fan myself. Everyone else on the internet seems to be going in a rage about it.
Neither.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't really show much. Stuff blowing up.
People seem to love it. People love that trailer.
Yeah, boom, bam, boom.
yeah.
Okay, Bane.
I actually don't think I have that much of a problem understanding what he's saying, but I want him to sound more authoritative and scary than he does.
I want to be able to understand the first go. I had to watch that trailer like 3 times before I got what he was saying.
I'm not getting that. I get what he's saying every time I listen to him, but it's weird. I don't think it's good.
No, it's because we have immigrant parents.
Maybe it's because we have immigrant parents. I get that all the time. Like I watch stuff on TV on the news and stuff, and they'll subtitle people, and I'll be like, I know what he's saying. Happens all the time.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's fine. But I actually could not understand it.
Yeah,
I think you've got a problem if you can't understand the main villain.
Yeah, that's true, and I agree a lot. I haven't had a problem understanding him, but I think a lot of people have. Lots of people are like, I don't know what this guy is saying, which is funny. That's funny. To read that on the internet. I watched the trailer. I don't know what the bad guy's saying. Hopefully it's good. I'll watch the movie, not understand what he's saying.
I think pretty much everyone's going, trust in Nolan. Trust in Nolan. So
yeah, Nolan is interesting. I guess I'm a bit old school. I watched Batman. I watched The Dark Knight and loved it like everyone else, and then tried to watch it again on DVD and found it too serious. I don't know, things can be serious, but I need them to be fun, That's why I like Captain America. I guess I read comic books and I like Daredevil, the comic book Daredevil's like Mark Waid's doing the new writing. It's fun and poppy, but I understand you like the old Daredevil. The one before it, Alex Maleev drawing the stuff.
Yeah, it was good.
Just didn't get into it. I started reading it. It just seems so serious. I like my comic book stuff to be poppy and fun.
Poppy and fun. I have no problems with poppy and fun.
I
have no problems with poppy and fun.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's the sort of thing.
Sound like weird hookers. On that note, looking ahead to 2012, I think we'll wrap up of 2011. Yeah, we'll have a preview of 2012 podcast possibly coming, maybe. But I'm Andy James, and I'd like to thank my guests, Rajeev and Chris, on the newly named Shut the Hell Up, We're Talking Movies podcast. Cheers.
Thanks.